Today's news is buzzing with what's being called the AI heist of the century. Reports are flooding in that Meta has orchestrated a massive AI coup, poaching top minds from competitors like OpenAI with 9-figure salaries. The tech world is focused on this corporate battle. But while they talk about genius strategy and billion-dollar deals, we have to ask a more important question. What does this mean for us, for the billions of people who use their platforms every day? Hopefully, this event is the wake-up call we need the answer to cure the widespread cluelessness that leaves so many vulnerables. As we were putting the final touches on this very documentary, this news broke, making our message more timely than ever. So we are calling Mark Zuckerberg to address the security for the end user. Before you spend another $100 million on an AI power play, recognize that your first job should be to stop the rampant hacking happening on Facebook every single day. Your first job is to protect your number one asset, us the users, and our vulnerability on your platform. It is time to protect the victims and ensure you punish the abusers. Use that genius, the same genius that engineered this AI heist, to clean up the town square that 3 billion of your users call about your digital life. We post, we scroll, we share. But most of us are unaware of the complex systems operating just beneath the surface. It's time to pull back the curtain. We're told that social media is our new digital global town square, a place for connection and community. But what if it isn't? What if it's a space built with what some insiders call manipulated engineering, designed not for our well-being, but to hold our attention and influence our behavior? The challenge is, these platforms are not accidental. They are the product of beautiful minds, some of the most brilliant engineers, designers, and psychologists in the world. Their genius has been applied to creating the most effective attention-capturing machines in history. But are you aware of what it truly takes to maintain this digital world? Behind the sleek apps and endless feeds, there is a side that we are never meant to see. You might assume that powerful artificial intelligence is policing these platforms, filtering out hate speech, violence, and scams. But the truth is far more complex. The first and last line of defense is often not AI. It's people, humans. These human moderators are exposed to the very worst of the internet for hours on end, every single day. And in this process, you're exposed. Your data, your security, and your sense of reality are all passed through the hands of this hidden workforce. This creates a constant threat. It's not a one-time risk. As shown by the data, the potential for exploitation and harm isn't shrinking. It's a growing danger that evolves every single day. For those with bad intentions, access to the back end of a platform isn't a job. It's a passport to cybercrime. They are given the keys to the kingdom, and the temptation to use them for financial gain or malicious intent can be overwhelming. So we must stress this again with a new sense of urgency. Don't be clueless, because a new breed of threat is emerging, and it's far more intimate and dangerous than a random cybercriminal. This isn't an anonymous attack from a hacker on the other side of the world. The slide points out that this attack often comes from a trusted confidant or a resurrected childhood friend, someone who gets close to you and earns your trust. And because it's not anonymous, the attack becomes deeply personal. They don't just steal your data, they study your life. They learn your hopes and fears, your strengths and weaknesses, and they use this intimate knowledge to wage a campaign of psychological warfare fueled by obsession. As the text on the screen says, their goal isn't just theft, but psychological warfare. This makes it the ultimate digital betrayal. It's not about money. It's about the cold satisfaction of dismantling your life from the inside out, proving that the deepest betrayals come from a hidden hand you once trusted. It is a devastating attack from a hand you were led to believe was there to help you. This is the hidden digital workforce, an army of content moderators, often working in secrecy, under immense psychological pressure, making critical decisions about what the world is allowed to see and what it is not. So let's define this group more clearly. Let's talk about the hidden digital workforce. And as the slide says, the story doesn't end when the credits roll on a movie about hackers. This is a real, ongoing operation. First, it's a story of global outsourcing. Major tech companies outsource their most challenging and sensitive digital work to a vast, hidden workforce in countries from the Philippines and India to the growing tech hubs of Africa. This is the human engine cleaning up the machine. But this leads to a dangerous consequence. They are learning the underworld. In order to fight misinformation, this workforce learns firsthand how it spreads. To combat fake identities, they learn how they are created. To protect the platform, they must become experts in how its vulnerabilities are exploited. They are given a masterclass in cybercrime. This forces us to ask the critical question. When you interact with support, or when your account is being reviewed, the line between worker and perpetrator becomes dangerously blurred. Are you dealing with an advanced AI? Are you interacting with a low-wage employee in a country thousands of miles away? Or, and this is the most crucial question of all, are these the very hackers they are meant to be fighting, now armed with an insider's knowledge of the system? They operate on a razor's edge, a thin line of ethics. When a moderator is underpaid, traumatized, and given access to millions of accounts, what is right and wrong can begin to blur. What happens when they are tempted to cross that line? This brings us to the methodology, the anatomy of the attack. We call it the inside job, because the greatest danger on social media isn't a random hacker miles away. It's the person you know working with a connection on the inside. This is how it works. First, there's the confidante. It starts with someone in the real world who gets close to you. They listen, they share, they laugh with you. They meticulously earn your trust, becoming a friend or a confidant you believe you can rely on. Next, there's the insider. This confidant has a connection, a friend, a family member, a partner who works as a moderator or employee for the platform. This insider has privileged access to the platform's tools and, more importantly, to your data. They can see things you've marked as private, read your direct messages, and analyze your activity. Then comes the betrayal. Your trust in the confidant is weaponized. They feed information to the insider, who then steals your most personal data, things you've shared privately, conversations you thought were safe. This information is then used against you in a targeted campaign, and that is the reality. This isn't random cybercrime. This is a targeted, personal attack. This is an inside job. And why does this precarious system exist? The answer is simple: profit. The vast fortunes of today's tech billionaires are built on two hidden costs. First, the expense of the users, who are the end product being sold to advertisers. And second, the mental and ethical deterioration of the moderators. The system operates under the principle of responde at superior. The master is responsible for the actions of the servant. The platform is responsible. This all leads to a chilling hypothesis. Is it possible that some platforms, or parts of them, are now effectively operated by compromised moderators, or even the very hackers they were meant to defend against? When what is wrong becomes profitably right, the entire system is at risk. And this isn't a localized problem. It's a global threat, a vast network that puts billions of users at risk, blurring the lines between user, moderator, and exploiter. So what can you do? You are not powerless. First, learn and identify. Scrutinize the platforms you use. Who owns them? What are their ethics? Second, protect your data. Use every security and privacy tool available. Limit what you share. Third, demand transparency. As consumers and citizens, demand that these companies operate with greater transparency and accountability. The goal of this presentation was simple: to take you on a journey from clueless to aware, to open your eyes to the invisible architecture that influences your life and the human cost of that business. The final step is yours: to use this awareness to reclaim your power. If you walk away with only one thought, let it be this. This is the most important takeaway that everyone has to remember. No WHO is behind the platforms. And this leaves us with one final, crucial question. Who is more dangerous, humans or AI? Perhaps the answer is neither. The greatest danger lies in uninformed humans, carelessly deploying powerful and opaque technologies they don't fully understand. Protecting our next generation starts with understanding whose AI and whose agenda best suits you. The future is a choice. Make it an informed one.